Oh, hey. Hello, welcome to a super sexy summer edition of Hollywood Uncensored. I'm Sam Rubin. It's the concept we have pioneered and honed to excellence. No scripts, just for really smart people who know an awful lot about entertainment. Sharing their wisdom, let's meet the great panel. Lacey Schwimmer is the sultry dancer, now big shot singer from Dancing with the Stars. PJ Byrne, the mastermind behind the plot to kill his bosses in the movie Horrible Bosses.
Exciting.
And he's going to stare death in the face in Final Destination 5. No.
Fact.
Holla to luscious Liz Hernandez, the mainstay of Big Boy's Neighborhood, and so much more. And the only person I want to go shopping with on Rodeo Drive, Kyle Richards from The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, joins us as well. Let's begin in the bedroom, shall we? With the racy new movie Friends with Benefits, Justin Timberlake and Mila Kunis spent an extraordinary amount of time in the kip with lots of full-on canoodling. But were there any giggles in the sack?
It's the first time in my life I'm just hoping to get laughs while I'm in bed.
You've never generated a laugh in bed?
Well,
because I don't mean to brag, but I have generated chuckles galore.
Yeah.
You really?
Yeah. Oh, pray tell.
Right. Well, you've got it. You have to
Come
keep
on.
it light. Come on.
Absolutely.
You're sort of, I think, arguably trying to prove a point or demonstrate a skill.
No.
And then the
yeah.
whipped cream or the cherry on top is sort of the giggle afterwards.
Yeah.
Well, Mila agrees. Kyle, to keep the love life interesting, there have to be a few laughs in bed. Don't you agree?
No, I don't agree. I take, the bedroom very seriously. I don't want my husband laughing at me, and I certainly don't want to be laughing at him.
Oh, I think giggles make it sexy. That makes it, that shows that you're having a great time. I think it should be fun. If you go in with like, oh, we just got to be serious and we got to focus, and then it's not, you got to kind of let your hair down.
Yeah,
no
but
pun
the only
intended.
time that I laugh is if, your hair gets caught in something, or if, a hand hits you in the face, and
There's
stuff
always
like that.
I think when
What? No. What? I'm married.
What?
I'm married. Stop.
You know what? There's always going to be those awkward moments. You just can't avoid them, and especially when you're with somebody new. And if you can't laugh at yourself or laugh together,
moment, of course
then...
you laugh. But I'm saying is, I take
Generally
these things very
speaking,
seriously,
yeah.
Sam.
All right, so you're not looking forward to a stand-up routine?
Yeah, exactly. I'll save that for
how
after.
you are?
Yeah, don't tell me knock-knock jokes while you're trying to
Exactly.
get me aroused.
But here's the thing. You guys were talking about, and a lot of people have brought this up, the plot similarity of Friends.
No strings attached.
No strings attached.
Yeah, that's, I was kind of taken away from this movie a little bit because I was like, I've already seen this movie with Ashton Kutcher and Natalie Portman. I was like, it seems like the exact same movie. I mean, even down to the storyline, the punchlines, the let's not get too involved. Oh, you're getting too emotional. Oh, I was like, I've seen this film.
And the lines in the movies, how many times have you seen in a film, once we put sex in it, it got really complicated. You've seen that in 48 movies. We got to retire that line.
And it seems so predictable. So what's going to happen? Okay, so they're supposed to be just friends with benefits, but we all know at the very end they're going to fall in love and they're going to end up being a couple.
Appreciate each other
which
after
never
going through all the
happens in
jerks.
real life, by the way.
All right, so it's a fair question. Can people really do this friends with benefits thing?
I think it's really hard. I think you go in because whatever you're having your physical needs, and I think for girls, I think your emotions just get involved.
For sure. Women
we don't know how to detach that.
I'll be the first one to say, though, that I've done that whole situation, and the boy ended up getting attached, and I didn't.
I think
I've actually heard women say that. It was all going so well, and then he fell in love with me.
Yeah.
And they were
I
talking.
was the guy. This is so weird. I can't believe she would bring it up today.
Yeah, on this show.
With everyone here.
Yeah.
No, this is cool.
I'm sure
No,
that
let's
happens,
get into
but
that.
it's not the norm, for sure.
You're married my whole life.
I'm
You don't get an
devastated
opportunity
right
to
now.
do that.
That's all I can talk about.
Okay, for the billions of movies and TV shows you've done, have there been a lot of
1.6 billion.
Okay, have there been a lot of romantic scenes?
With my married wife? What?
No, not with your married wife. No.
Okay.
When you were.
Nude scene?
I don't know if you realize I'm not that good looking. So the world isn't really like, we want to see PJ Byrne in a nude scene making out for between 9 to 14 minutes. So
No.
That doesn't happen a lot.
So you and Angelina Jolie, I can see it. Yeah.
Yes, one time, but they cut it from the film. So
It's on the cutting room floor and people are waiting for it.
I'm waiting to see it again.
We've talked about this, Lacey, with a lot of your colleagues. People fall in love on your show all the time.
All the time. You're bumping and grinding 24/7. Of course, you're going to have a little bit of a track.
Oh, is that how it works? Yes.
Yeah, I figured.
And is that cool or is that awkward? Or?
No, sometimes it depends. I mean, a lot of us are in relationships, and the people that aren't definitely have fun, and why not? We're all young, we're all having a good time, and
I would be jealous.
I
I have
really
to say,
good
if I was watching my husband doing that, dancing with someone like that close every day, it would bother me.
Did they pair
But
you
at
guys
the same
up
time,
based
it's
on
kind of like
chemistry?
acting. You have to think of it as, you know,
Of
you're
course, but
portraying
actors
a
fall in
role.
love on the set all the
That's
time.
true.
That's the
I
problem.
think that's why people fall in love, is because they're just moving their bodies and they're not talking.
You know what? It's the conversation that wrecks it. That's very good. That's a very fair point.
It always complicates things when you
It
talk
really
to
does.
each other.
Just keep it quiet.
Do
That's
you
in a
guys,
movie. That's a
do you
movie.
guys think this, the advanced reviews, and I actually saw it and liked it very much, and some people are saying that Justin Timberlake is the next Will Smith. This is going to do
What does
real
that
well.
even mean?
That he's going to be super, as he was successful in music. he's gonna
Totally
be,
disagree.
Okay.
I think they're giving him way more credit than he's earned. Like he still has to prove himself. I mean, Bad Teacher wasn't that good. I had a chance to check that out. I don't think his performance was stellar. I mean, he had one great performance in the Facebook movie, and it was like, oh my God, he's suddenly a star.
I'm a
It's
huge
like,
fan. I'm
no.
a huge fan.
He's so hot.
I think he
so
is hot. Even though he's not, if you look at him, he's not like that great looking, but he's got
No, there's
it.
something
And I
about
really
him.
am a
It's
huge
just his
fan.
like aura. He's
He's a
yummy.
But to
super
shove him
talent,
into that
though.
Will Smith line, I mean, that's a mega box office star to just all of a sudden say, oh yeah, he's done 2 movies. Now he's going to be
He's the next.
He's the
Yeah.
next.
But
Come
Will
on.
But if you
Smith's
see him
really
on Saturday Night
successful.
Live, though,
He's very talented.
hilarious.
He's
kills it.
multi-talented.
Okay, we're
He
talking
is
about
really funny.
we're talking about skits and huge box office
Yeah, but
numbers.
it's still making choices
He's
and
a
being
funny
interesting.
guy.
And I am totally. I mean, look,
like
Will Smith
comedy's
was,
so
did
different.
a sitcom way back in the day too, and you're like, I don't know. You didn't think he was
That
going to be
sitcom
Will
was
Smith.
awesome called
so.
Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. I have it on DVD all season.
You know what? Lacey's going to reveal her favorite episodes, but when we come back here, it's what makes Lacey move and what is part and parcel of the music that Liz plays on the radio. But today's tunes owe an awful lot to the music from the past. Plus, up next, the tabloid troubles that may tackle Rupert Murdoch for keeps. Will our panel go whack if their phones are hacked? We're back here in just a minute. Welcome back. If you want to text in, please do text my name, Sam, to 515151. Maybe you want to tell us what you think of Lacey Schwimmer's cool new single, Love Sounds, which you can grab on iTunes right now. All right, Rupert Murdoch has not cut any singles, but the man that Forbes said was once the 8th most powerful person on the planet had a tough week, a cream pie nearly soiling his well-pressed shirt, and tough talk in Parliament, all about that phone hacking scandal. Rupert says, oops, didn't know a thing about it, but we all know about it now. And it begs this question. As all of you become better and better known, are you ever afraid of what the tabloids might try to do to get information about you?
No, it is scary. And, you know, even when I was on my first TV show, So You Think You Can Dance at 19, you have people following you home, and you don't understand why they're doing that. And, you know, you just have to be safe. You have to be aware all the time, and it does suck.
And do you think that's the kind of thing that is getting, quote unquote, better or worse?
I think it's getting worse. Super worse. I think everyone is in for that gotcha moment. And it's like, that's what sells. Everyone wants to be caught. Everyone wants to catch someone else doing something bad, whether it's falling, whether it's being caught cheating, whether it's
Cellulite.
just some scandal. Yeah, just your body looks better than mine on the cover of, you know, this magazine. They're beach bodies, you know, stars are just like us.
We certainly haven't progressed very much. I mean, look back to Princess Diana. When that happened, everybody said, oh, I'm not going to buy the tabloids anymore. You know, don't buy the magazines. And look, here we are. Nothing's changed.
I think
Same thing.
Yeah, I think
Worse.
the good thing though that what's happening now, it's already in Parliament, and that's a place where we can make laws, right? So clearly something's going to happen, and you know they're going to change the law, just like, and we're having the same thing on Wall Street right now, essentially, you know, with the whole Wall Street scandal.
Sure.
So,
But a lot of people are going to say ultimately that is all smoke and mirrors, and when push comes to shove, nothing's going to happen.
well, this is what's going to happen. They'll do something, and let's say the laws now is a 5-foot fence, and they'll come in. We're going to make a 10-foot fence, but the problem is, and inevitably, someone's going to come with a 12-foot ladder, and then that will be the new norm until we have something crazy from now, like they come with a 20-foot ladder, and it's like we now have, I don't know, a cameras in the condom, and it's going to be a new uproar again. You know?
I
We have to know
don't
if
think it's
you're pregnant. We have to find out if you're pregnant.
Camera in the condom.
Camera in the
Here's why
condom.
I
condom.
don't see it slowing down. It's
Right.
because everyone has a platform now. Just the average Joe does. We're on Twitter. We're on Facebook. We post everything we do, where we're at. We're at the grocery store. Oh, the babysitter just showed up. Here's a picture of the babysitter and the baby. I mean, people want to have an opinion about every single thing. They want to put their business out there. I mean, you go on Facebook, I can learn all about you, who your family is, where you live, what your birth date is, what high school you went to, and who you dated. I mean, and we've kind of been trained that way from the tabloids. It's like, oh, I want to be a star on my Facebook page. I want to be a star on my Twitter page. And so it's kind of hard for us to fight the media and say, hey, we need to grab control of the fact that we are violating a lot of people's rights when we're doing the exact same
Now,
thing.
Kyle, the princess of this is Paris Hilton's your niece, right?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so
She's had, the people digging through her trash. She's had stalkers, people breaking into her home. She's pretty much seen it all. And I really don't see anything. I don't think anything's going to change. I really don't. I don't think what laws they make, it will not change.
And so
people will buy the magazine.
In a way, is that a disincentive? Gosh, people know you because of the stuff you do on the show. How much more famous would one want to get?
Well, that's not about it for me, to be honest.
Right.
I do what I do because I love what I do. It's not so I can get a picture in a magazine or have more followers on Twitter. It means nothing to me, and
But were you wearing the same shirts as Snooki?
I was compared. I was on the
Give me
fashion
that.
police.
Knuckle that out.
Right.
I was. Yeah, I got
She
compared
was.
to Snooki shorts.
And who?
So we had the same pair.
I bet you wore them better.
I hope so.
Or if you wear something twice, you forget it.
Oh,
Right.
yeah.
Like last night I was
Don't
out
go
and there was
there.
paparazzi outside. I was like, I've already worn this shirt. They're gonna put me in the. She
Isn't
must
that
really
terrible,
like this
though?
dress.
You can't just calm down and be yourself and not think about it. You have to be aware all the time, and it definitely does get a little old after
The thing
a while.
is you can't really complain about it when you're in the business that we're
You
in.
signed
We've
up
all
for
signed
it.
up for this,
Yep.
so we're not in the position to complain, So
When we
it is what
return
it is.
right here, Captain America says in real life he used to be invisible. Did our stars ever feel that way? Plus in mere moments. Does the hit music of 2011 owe a huge debt to the hits from the past? Is Adele channeling artists from decades ago? We'll hit the right notes when we return. Guests of Hollywood Uncensored enjoy the newly restored historic apartments of the Hollywood Tower, located in the beating heart of Tinseltown, with unrivaled views and uncommon amenities that will set your pulse racing. Live classic in the Art Deco splendor of the Hollywood Tower, or live new in her vivacious state-of-the-art sister property, La Belle. To get ready for your close-up, visit HollywoodTower.com. Hey, we have returned to your tweet. Follow me on Sam on TV. Our show is H. Wood Uncensored. Tell us what you think about P.J. Burns' new movie, Horrible Bosses. Have you watched him on the game? Or perhaps you'd like to see him meet his fate in Final Destination 5. I'm too scared. Yeah. We all love the hit music.
Nervous.
Understandably. From Adele, CeeLo, other big hit makers. But the New York Times says the music of today has no specific sound. That this decade is left without a defining musical genre. Is pop culture today drawing so much from the past, it's impossible to define now? Liz, is that a fair statement?
I think everything kind of comes back, again, and I think a lot of it, we went through that big dance period where everything was dance and techno, and I think we're kind of hitting that genre again, where everything's very dancey, everything's being borrowed from the 90s, like it's a lot of Prince sounding songs, there's a lot of Madonna sounding sounds, but also it's the merging of the new with the old, so it is different because you're not only borrowing from the past, which a lot of artists have done before in the 80s and the 90s, but it is a little hard to put your finger on exactly what type of music we're listening to right now.
Well, it's like fashion. It always comes back, but it's a little bit of a different twist.
There's
but it comes back.
a little tweak here and a little tweak there. Auto-tune wasn't as big as it is now, and so you have.
And for good or for ill?
Yeah, that's a great question.
Well, I feel now more than ever, you don't necessarily have to rely on your vocal skills. Now you can be covered up with so much, of the technology that we have. I mean, anyone could literally get in the studio and create a hit record.
Yeah, this is not my real voice, by the way. I'm auto-tuning my voice right now.
You can go out and buy an amazing CD, but will you get that same amazing performance in concert?
You just went in the studio recently.
Yes.
Love Sounds, as we talked about, is the new single.
Yes.
And you tell me, I thought this was interesting, you said you really had to rely on a lot of other people to get you through that process.
Well, coming from a dance perspective, you always approach something as a performer. Ultimately, that's the thing is, I'm a dancer and that's what I love to do. And when you go into it and you sing, you have so many different opinions that you're not even aware of. And I love that. I love being critiqued. I love having judgment and working on different things. And when you're in the studio, it's so hard to almost hear who you are in the studio and what your voice is, and you have so many people being, oh, we need to auto-tune this, oh, let's do this part live, so it is a bit tricky, especially now, because there is really no set style. I think we're taking influences from so many different branches, like dubstep, which is a new one that's coming out that not a lot of people know about, and I heard of a new one, swamp pop. Have you heard about this?
That's my favorite,
that's all
actually.
the rage.
That's my favorite.
I couldn't believe it. But, we are taking influences, and I think, like, with Katy Perry's single and Lady Gaga's single right now, they took saxophone, which was huge in the early 90s.
Oh, like Jerry Baker and all that stuff from way back,
But this is a great time, though, and maybe for you can answer on this even more, but, like, this with modern technology, and if you like, let's say Lady Gaga's influence was Madonna, she can literally go online right now and see any and everything Madonna's ever done and go, that worked, that didn't work, or that worked. So, you know, if Madonna, and there's nothing wrong with standing on the shoulders of giants.
Although occasionally, I tell you what, we've talked about this here before, with Lady Gaga, there are certain songs, and I'm like, that is Madonna.
Right. Yeah. I've thought that too. Well, it always comes back.
But she's raising the bar. But let's say like Madonna rocked, I don't know, the cone boobs. Lady Gaga's got cone boobs that have fireworks.
But no,
and that's exciting and American around the 4th of July.
That's more fashion.
That's more fashion.
The raw meat on her. It's like, what's next? You're going to walk around nude, and that's it.
Let's hope so. Let's hope so.
In just a moment happening here, Captain America says in real life he used to be invisible. Does that strike a personal chord with our group, plus the crystal balls ahead? Hollywood's hottest predictions, including the notion that one famous young lady may have found a career peak at 14. We have a lot to get to. Stick around. Hey, we're back. And are you a Facebook person? So are we. My page is Sam KTLA. Our show page is Hollywood Uncensored. Like us and we'll like you. And you can't turn on your radio without hearing the luscious Liz Hernandez in Los Angeles. It's Power 106 as the very best part of Big Boy's Neighborhood. And maybe the best part of being on the radio is that people hear you, they know who you are, but they can't always see you. There remain a couple radio personalities, I suppose, who can slip out in public easily because we don't really know what they look like. But mostly, and this is true of all of you, you step out and boom, there you are. But that wasn't always the case, certainly not for the current Captain America. Actor Chris Evans talked to our producer Stephanie about being invisible in high school.
Was there ever a time for you in your actual life that you were invisible?
Oh, God.
Before you did junkets?
No, up until I was 18 years old. I mean, 10 years ago, I wish I had a picture. I wish I had a picture. You'd be shocked. I mean, I was a pretty skinny guy and pretty small, and you know, my clothes, my hair, my teeth, it was all a disaster.
PJ, do you think one reason folks get into...
at me for that, after that one? Because I'm the ugliest person up here. Like, PJ, if anyone here had a terrible high school experience, it's clearly going to be you.
Now that you become a swan.
He's talking about me, that guy. How dare you, sir? How dare you for asking me that question?
But do you think people get into show business to not be invisible?
I hope not. I hope they get into it. It's because it's the best thing they do. Like, I wanted to be a basketball player growing up, but I happen to be a better actor. I would have still to this day want to be a basketball player, but I just happen to be a better actor. So that's why I'm here.
I think you could say that about anybody. You know, maybe you don't want to be invisible. You want to become a doctor to get the attention that you want, or a lawyer. You know, I think, you know, television is a shortcut if you don't want to go to college and get a degree in something for some people. But
yeah, I think it should be something that just comes from within. You know, as a kid, right away, what it is, that feeling, and whether it's coming out entertaining your family and putting on your best outfit and telling jokes, or whatever it is that just makes you.
It always seems to think
blossom
that
into something
it always
else.
seems that we have those for entertainers. We have that video footage of them performing at their 4th birthday.
Tiger Woods with a golf club when he's 3 years old.
Exactly. Yeah, I don't think it's because I didn't get chicks
as a child. So, you know,
we just got really real. Hold on.
No. Like, you know, you go through these awkward stages in life, and yeah, you're invisible, and yeah, people make fun of you. But I think once you get comfortable with who you are, and you know exactly what you want to do with your life, and you do it, it's kind of like in your face a little bit, like to everybody who didn't support me before, you know.
And when you were bullied, was it an awkward phase you were going through, or what do you think?
Oh, I went through so many awkward phases. I was not a cute kid. Not at all. I danced.
Don't say that.
I'm going to say that. Thank you.
We're all here for you.
I appreciate that. We had a moment.
Wow.
This is our time.
It got even.
Let's go chuckle in bed now together. Yeah.
Thanks for bringing it back.
Bring it back. Bring it right back.
But one thing, you know, Rick Springfield is promoting a book where he talks about this idea that you think fame and success is the cure-all for all that. But it's not.
Right.
No, absolutely not true.
Yeah, and I believe it's like a seed. It's if you were a certain type of seed before you got into the bit, it's only going to grow.
No, I
think
think
if you're negative, it's going to become more negative. If you're positive, it's going to become more positive.
We're the same person.
Good
I think
answer.
it completely amplifies who you already are.
Yeah, exactly.
If you're a nice guy like PJ, it makes you nicer.
Yes.
And if you're a difficult person, it makes you more
Because you're
difficult.
more grateful after the experience.
Yeah,
but if you're already a bitter person, it's going to only get worse.
Hey, when Hollywood Uncensored proudly returns the crystal ball, oh my gosh, our red hot, almost always right predictions in a minute. Guests of Hollywood Uncensored go gold class. It is the first-class way to see a movie and offers the ultimate escape for movie lovers, from the amazing lounge area to the plush micro suede recliners to the best food and beverages and service anywhere. Check it all out at goldclasscinemas.com. We welcome you back. Kyle Richards stirs things up in the neighborhood on The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Time now for the crystal ball. Here, our fearsome foursome let us know something that they predict will happen in show business in the future that they know for sure will come true. Lacey Schwimmer.
I think Justin Bieber and Selena Gomez are going to break up soon.
Oh, dippity.
Really? Why?
I don't know. I just have a feeling.
Okay.
She really is clingy in all the photos and footage that you see, and he's always like,
All right, you know what? We will keep that one in mind. PJ Byrne.
I'm blown away by that.
I really want to see them stay
I'm a little
together.
devastated.
No, I'm a little...
I can't even think about what my crystal ball is telling me now. That's so intense.
I'm definitely guilty of wanting them to be together because they're really adorable.
All right.
But I have a feeling.
I'm going to make some calls. I'll talk to them. Here is my prediction.
Okay.
Where's the camera? This is a big deal.
You look right in the camera.
Red
Go
light.
ahead. Red light.
The first female president will be a Kardashian.
No!
No, listen to
You
me.
are-
In the 60s, if you said Ronald Reagan was going to be president, that would blow people's
Right.
minds. Now
you're
I hope
scaring
it's
me.
Mama Kardashian.
Right.
Let's think about this. All of her children are multi-millionaires. Think about that.
For the economy.
Right. Now, if she was running this country, I mean, they're thinking about it. There'd be a chicken in every pot, and everyone would have their own infomercial and reality TV show, and possibly the new reality could be conversations
There we
with
go.
each other.
Liz Hernandez.
There's going to be a new breakout dance, and we're going to see like Tom Cruise doing it, and it's going to be one of those like crazes where it's a huge song. Remember when everyone was jocking and they were doing this
Sure,
and they were on every show?
Macarena?
Yeah, well, the Macarena was one of them, but we had the Macarena, we had the jocking, and we had the Dougie.
Superman.
I feel like there's the single ladies dance. I feel like there's another one coming. It's going to be a big hit record, and we're going to have this crazy dance to go with it. And I feel like something else is going to come behind Twitter. I don't know what it is
Well,
yet.
not like
but
all the
it's gonna-
flash mobs right now that are happening. You've heard about all the flash mobs, big dance
Sure,
groups,
sure,
and
sure.
that's huge.
All right, Kyle Richards, what do you say?
My crystal ball is telling me that we are going to be inundated with Casey Anthony movie of the weeks,
Yes.
movies, things that we don't want to see, but we're going to be forced to.
All right, and then we'll see if people watch or not. As for me, I think Friday might be the last day for Rebecca Black. The 14-year-old has released a new single, which has generated a lot of YouTube attention. But despite high-profile appearances in Katy Perry's new video, I don't think at this age Rebecca has the goods to take her career much farther. We appreciate all of you being here today and all of you for watching.
you.
I'm Sam Rubin. We'll see you next time here on Hollywood Uncensored.